So if you're a student, a researcher, a practitioner, or you're generally interested in knowing about conflict and security, this is for you. Hi guys, today I'll be making a review of the recently unveiled data dashboard by the United Nations Institute for Disarmament Research. The data tool is for managing exit in armed conflict. It's a repository that documents factors that influences recruitment and exit from armed groups. The data is from Nigeria, Chad, and Cameroon. It documents data of ex-combatants and their associates. The data are qualitative and quantitative. The qualitative data are both focus group discussion, key informant interview, and it also has experimental study as well as participatory approaches. You can you can filter the data. You can filter the data based on your preferences, such as demography, like age and gender. I have made a short YouTube tutorial video. Attaches the link for you to try out and tell us what you think. So you go to your browser, your preferred browser, and then you go to the website. You type on MEAC. You can see it there, the website, and then you click on it for the website to open. So yeah, this is the website. There's a background. I'll just show you what it looks like. It's a managing exits from armed conflicts. You can just read to understand the journey of conflict and instability. You can read to have a background of what the website is all about. Have the basic knowledge before using the site. So yeah, then let me just show you some of um the icons here and what they're all about. So this is the project. You know what the project is all about, where it was carried out. You see, you read more about the project just to have a background. I like to read about projects so I understand what I'm doing. So here it's talking about particularly the project of this this mobilization, disarmament, and reintegration, the DDR program happening particularly in Nigeria and other countries in the Sahel region. So yeah, is to provide you with that knowledge, and then you can read on the methodology used so you know um, how you carry this to how you apply this to rather on your work or whatever project you are doing. So here you do tools, publication, whatever. But let's go back to how to use the website. That's the the maps. See how you can use the map. Yeah, I'm just trying to show you generally the background once again. So you go to map, you click on map. That's to use the website. So yeah, can see the countries that are available here. There's Niger, which I think is not yet available in the dashboard. The data for Niger, then there's Iraq, there's Nigeria, there's Chad, you know, there's also Cameroon. I told you initially they had that of Nigeria, Chad, and Cameroon available, and these are the three countries where the DDR program is running. Yeah. So let's check Nigeria. This Nigeria, you click on it. Um, you can see a background of um, the conflict going on there. Terrorism, ISWAP, Boko Haram, ISIL, you know. So this provides you a background. And then you click on this arrow to open the dashboard. You read the terms of use, guys. Please try to always understand the terms of use of any tool or website you're trying to adjust it, adopt rather. It gives you um, a knowledge on how to use that tool ethically, particularly if you are using it for research of whatever publication that you're trying to write an article or research, or even for basic knowledge. It's good to always read the terms of use. Then you read through. I like to particularly read through every website, and then you accept. So yeah, this is the dashboard. The survey was done in the northeast of Nigeria between September to December 2023. So you have a time frame for your work. And then the number of total respondents are about 2,571. You know, if you are to carry out this research on your own, it will be difficult to interview 2,571 people. But here you have, and then they have variables that you can use, the demography and other variables based on what you want. So let's check the one for victimization. You open, here is the background, like everything you need to know about victims. You can streamline it to excuse me, streamline the information to what you want in particular. You get, so these are the questions. You read through the questions so you know what you're interested in. The diverse, there's so much question, there are lots of questions here. So you look for what you want and the information you see. The blue is for yes, the orange is no, the responses. So yeah, you read through, check for what interests you, and then yeah, so here is it. Just trying to show you everything. So these are the responses for all. It has not been filtered to either women, children, girls. So let's filter this data. Let's say you're working on victims of in the northeast, and your interest is women and girls. So yeah, let's filter it to women and girls. If you notice, there's the data changed. If you notice, there's a quick change while you clicked on it. So yeah, these are the responses for women and girls. You can see the blue yes, the orange no. Yeah, if you go down, you see the responses changed from this. So let's look at let's filter it to women and girls. Women, adult women, they are by age. So you can see, if you notice, you see, it changed also. So these are responses from women, adult women. So we filter the data to show responses of only adult women. Let's also filter it to women that are associated to Boko Haram. Yeah, you cannot, if you check, you notice there's a change. So you see the responses. You can see the number of yes has also increased. Okay, in this in the first question. So yeah, you can filter. Like, I love this website because it's user friendly, it's self-explanatory. You don't need to be an expert in use of data or whatever to, like, once you click on this website, it's self-explanatory. You can find your way around it. Like the first time it was launched, I went to the website and it was so easy to use. And you see, it provides you a background to understand responses. If you see the blue, you see the orange, and then you see the one that is like ash but not really orange. That's to tell you that that's for responses that are neither here nor there, like average responses. So yeah, it's self-explanatory. Okay, let's also filter our responses to boys, just so you understand what I'm talking about. You see, yeah, these are responses for boys, men and boys. Yeah. So I also want us to check those that are associated with community security, like the JTF, the CJTF, the Civilian Joint Task Force. You see the responses. Okay. So you go through the question and then filter what to. So I'm trying to open the fuller distance so you see. Yeah. So you can just open it to be full, a full screen if you're struggling to see it the other. Yeah, so this is the fuller screen. Excuse me. This is a fuller screen of, yeah, so like we did initially. So yeah, you see the total number of women and girls that were interviewed. Let's check economic factors now as a variable. Economic factors, let's check for this for all, both women, men, girls, boys, regardless of age. So this how they are impacted, economic factor that impacts um, on them, those in northeast Nigeria where the heat of um, terrorism is higher in Nigeria. And so you see responses of yes and no, depending on the question. As you can see, yeah. So these are responses, yeah. So let's filter this. So yeah, so let's do for men and boys. Let's filter this data to men and boys. You click on boys and men, yeah. Then let's check for children. So in particular, our interest is on children. So you see the responses. Yeah, these are the responses. For if you notice, if you are working on some a project that has to do with child labor in conflict zone or in northeast Nigeria, how terrorism impacts on children, this is a good tool to use. Yeah, you you can use the data here for your project. So you see, these are the responses. Yeah. So yeah, this is it. Check for the questions that interest your work, okay? So be careful to filter the data carefully. Don't just pick every question to use. Be sure it is relevant to what you're working on, okay? So yeah, you say for economic, you can also see the variables here. So you don't have to go back up to change variables. You can just quickly change the variables from here based on what you want. So we're talking about exit now. So if you notice, this particular variable, it's self-filtered. So we're talking about exit. When you talk about exit, it means it's those that are already were previously associated to some of these armed groups. Okay, so it means there has been an association previously. There has been a previous association. So yeah, these are responses for all. Then, excuse me, you filter. Yeah, let's check exit for women and girls. Then let's filter it to children. So we're not talking about girls. Girls. So no exits from some of these armed groups for girls. Yeah, so these are the responses. So this is all yes. This for this question is oh no, you can say it's in orange. So you go down to read further. You see this also the responses here are also no, as you can see the percentage. Yeah. So yeah, this is it. Like this is one of the easiest websites to use. I love this. Okay. And it's the only website that provides data on managing exit from armed conflict. Okay. This is the only dashboard for that. So yeah, it's a good tool to use. So yeah, I I want to filter this data further. But go and try it out, guys, and tell me what you think about the website. It's self-explanatory and easy to use.